Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth. I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. And this, my darlings, is our daily pulse for Saturday, the 25th of April. Okay, my loves, we'll start with a card at the base of the reading before moving on to what's facing us, what's hidden from us, and where our blessing lies today. And obviously, our key message is the first thing we look at after our base read card. Now, the card at the base of the reading is the overall. Yeah, I'm laughing. The overall, I'm laughing already. The overall energy or the perspective that we should see this day through. And for us today, it's the moon card, Pisces card, and there's a really beautifully intoxicating freedom about the moon energy. It is card number 18. Is that 18? So we're stuck in with the number 9s. Remember, we've been looking all up in the 9th house this week, and we've had the Hermit, we've had the 9 of Wands, and now we're getting the moon card. So we're getting the 9s. There's a theme. We've looked at this 9. You can't see it on there. We've looked at this 9 house energy this week already, and really for me today, dreams, spirituality, synchronicities. That's why I was laughing, because yesterday I had to go to 5 different, what it's like now during the lockdown, you have to go to like 7 different supermarkets to get everything, and then you still don't get everything. So I did that, and at my last supermarket, it's right tiny, because Tiny's with me because I walked the dog earlier. So I'm sat in the car, and I turn to my left, just put the shopping in, and there's a I turn to my right, sorry, and there's a black cat. Just paused, just poised, just in the supermarket car park. I've never seen a cat there before anyway, so it's came this black cat. I said, all right, black cat, anyway. I said, all right, you black cat, anyway. Tiny gets excited, and the black cat goes. So then later on, I come home to my house. I'm at my house, I'm having my dinner. I open the door to let Tiny out, and what do I see? Just outside my gate, a black cat. It stops, it looks at me, and then it goes down. So then I said to myself at that point, after seeing the second black cat, I said, right, okay, universe, I said, I know you want me to be looking at this energy now, black cat, even though I know what it means already. And pay attention to your subconscious is what it means when you see a black cat. I said, if I see a third one today, then I'll definitely be paying attention. And then guess what happened? So bedtime, Tiny comes, goes outside, and the black cat, there's a black cat, I don't know where this black cat came from, at the bottom of the street, and it paused, look, and I said, all right, universe, pay attention to synchronicities, people. That's a long-winded story, it's true. But pay attention to your synchronicities. What's going to synchronicities into your subconscious, because it's going to try to communicate with you. And what's going to happen is, if you do not pay attention to your subconscious, or if you do not pay attention to the synchronicities, or if you do not pay attention to your divine feminine, then you will be just like a cat. If you're stroking a cat and you're not paying attention, they'll scratch your eyes out. Well, they won't, but they like your undivided attention, do cats, don't they? They like your focus when you're with them, when you're stroking them. So does your subconscious. And today this energy is about engaging with your subconscious, and it's a dreamy, free energy. So allow your mind to go where your mind wants to go. Allow your thoughts and your feelings to go where they want to go. Okay, because there is a lot of straight talking today. It's interesting, isn't it? The combination of that sort of dreamy energy of the moon card, along with all the swords that we see so far. Now, just as a quick reminder, I do have on my Instagram a post about the moon, and it's a beautiful description of this individual card. So you'll have to go back and have a look, but scroll down, and you'll find it. And yeah, have a read if that makes, if it's of interest to you. Anyway, so we start, my darlings, with we move on, I should say. We move on to our key message today, which is Ace of Swords. And you know by now that sword energy is all about our awareness and our conscious minds. Okay, it's all about our engagement with our awareness, our engagement with our conscious minds, with our logic and our reason, and basically allowing ourselves to come into these sort of allowing our divine masculine and our divine feminine to meet. So our subconscious, the things that we hear and see and feel in our subconscious to sort of come up to our conscious mind and to sort of really acknowledge that I've just noticed this, just like I did yesterday with the black cats. I was like, I acknowledge that I noticed these black cats, and I therefore acknowledge that you want me to be paying attention to my subconscious, but I always do. So I laugh with you. I laugh, ha ha ha. Anyway, ha ha ha. I don't know. Sometimes, man, I just love. I mean, you know what? Life's good, mate. Even though I've been crying for the last 20 minutes. Anyway, never mind. So, Ace of Swords, we have this energy here, and we know that aces, number one, new beginnings, auspicious new beginnings. We know that aces are seemingly, in this instance, it's like breakthroughs, like mental breakthroughs. You know, it's like having that real moment of clarity, of precision, of precise information, of precise knowledge, of precise information. You get it, you know it, you understand it, and it could feel as though it comes, and it will feel as though it comes. It could come in the form of synchronicities. It could come in the form of a dream for you. It could come in the form, it could come because of your spirituality. So it linked with this energy, it tells me that it probably is, and the messages are going to be clear. It's not going to be, as I said, like yesterday, like I said to you, I saw the cat at like 3 o'clock, whatever, in the shop, you know, when I was doing the shopping, which was odd because I've never seen a cat anywhere, but cats go everywhere. And I saw another one, but there's a black cat that lives around here, so it could be, you know. But but I said, right, universe, if I see a third cat, if I see three black cats there, I'm on it. And then, as I said, the next time I open the door, there's a black cat there outside the house. So it'll be clear. There's not going to be any sort of ambiguity. And what you might do, and what you will do, what you are doing, some of you, is you're going, you know that I like this card, you know, because we need this card, yeah. We need this card. We need to tell ourselves that everything's all right. Everything's the same, everything's how it was, everything's good, but even though we know it's not really, like, deep down. So this is like you sort of having these like synchronicities, having these moments, you know, seeing your black cat, so hearing that song, going, whatever the synchronicity is for you, and you going, nah, that's not what it is, universe. Like, that's just me being, I had a few synchronicities yesterday, actually, quite a few, quite funny, actually. Anyway, so we may try to sort of, or, you know, think, we may not believe or want to believe that we're getting that message, that we're, am I really seeing that? Am I really feeling that? Is that really the third time I've seen a black cat today? I'm sure that happened in my dream last night, or whatever it is for you as an individual. So the normalcy bias of the Seven of Swords. Number 7 is, as you know, the number of mystery. I love this card. It's my master number. Check out the Key Wisdom playlist for the video about the number 7s. It's my master number 7, and it's all about our enlightenment. Ultimately, it's about our enlightenment, and it's about the journey that we go on to become enlightened. And the journey that we go on to become enlightened is very simple. We ask questions and we attempt to answer them, and then the answers bring up more questions, and so we ask those questions and we attempt to answer them. So to that end, the affirmation for the 7th chakra, which is your spirituality chakra, your crown chakra, the affirmation for that is I am and I understand. So we have this energy of, you have the power, you know, remember number 5 is the number of power, and you hold in your hand the power to shift. So if you remember the 5 of Swords, if you know the 5 of Swords, it's, you know, we know that there's conflict arising with and we know that a change is necessary with somewhere, a change is necessary in some way in what you're thinking, in how you're thinking, or in how you're perceiving something. When we look at the 2 of Cups, we know, because number 2s are about our fixed, it's about having a fixed, or being committed to an idea, being committed to to a belief, even though we know that. So, for example, we might not make a decision with the two of Swords. We might not act on that decision, but we've already know what we need to do, etc. So the 2 of Swords is about being committed to an idea, committed to a way of seeing something, committed to a perspective on something. And that's why I call it the normalcy bias, because it's like, this is how it's always been, so I'm sticking with that, yeah. Even though I'm holding in my hand, I know I've got the power to change and to come into that awareness for real. I'm not going to do it. But we need this sometimes because it helps us to support, it helps to nurture us in a way. We can sort of get through things We can get through things if we can stay committed to that old way of thinking. You know, we can get through the day if we can go, do you know what, everything is going to be all right. You know, things are as they used to be. Nothing's changed. But sometimes that helps us to get through the day. So I say thank the universe that the brain can do this. But what we're facing today, what you're facing today, may be, as I said, denying, if you will, denying to yourself some of these synchronicities that you will no doubt see, feel, experience, and that will be clear. I mean, you really can't get any clearer than that. And I say that, and look, we've even got the King of Swords, and then the Hermit, which was our base reading, which was our key message. This one of the key messages this week. So look, you know, we have this, the combination actually of the moon energy along with swords is quite nice and interesting, because as I said, it means that these, especially with 9th house energy, so it means that these ideas, this higher learning is going to come through much clearer for you. There's going to be, even though we try to deny it, I can feel that that's going to shift by the end of the day. Okay. Excuse me. So what's hidden from us? Oh my God. See, so look, I love what we have. We've got the sun and the moon, darling, the sun and the moon. So we've, you know, the sun, this, what's hidden? Nothing. That's what that's what's hidden from me? Nothing's hidden from you today, people. That's what that says. The solar plexus, the sun card, number 19. So it's number 10. You know, we've got 9, 18, 19, you know, we know that the sequence in that. So this was the first card actually that I dealt when I was, as I said, I shuffle and then I deal the cards and then I turn those, what you see over, and then I turn the film on, the recorder on. But this was the first card that I placed, and it came through very clearly. So there you go, it came through very clearly. And I actually said when I was dealing, I was like, I'm seeing with my third eye now, so I know what's coming. What's lovely about this energy is that it is about our ability to feel free, to be ourselves, to think freely, to feel freely, to show the world who we are. And as I said, that energy of freedom is definitely coming through really, really strongly today. Like your mind is free, your heart is free. You're going to be saying and going to be speaking, and you know that means expressing ourselves. That means having those conversations. That means letting rip if necessary. You know, you just have to say it. We don't judge ourselves for it. Because we know that this is just who we are today, and we can't, if we don't know who we are today, if we don't acknowledge who we are today, then how are we going to get to tomorrow? How are we going to know what steps to take tomorrow? We've got to start engaging, and that's what we're doing today. So it's like, what's hidden from us? That what's hidden is that this is a source of happiness, this is a source of strength, this is a source of manifestation, because you know this is a solar plexus, so it's linked to our third chakra, our power center, all about our self-confidence, self-esteem, and our ability to manifest. But you know, this is a type of energy here. I really actually, it's a really lovely meditation actually, this chakra, to meditate with your third chakra. So when I say meditate with, I mean you get comfortable, relax, close your eyes, lie down, and you just go from, you know, do your breathing, you know, maybe 5 inhale exhale, so that's 10, 5 inhale exhale, so that's 1, if you will. So in, out is 1, in, out is 2, in, out is 2, if that makes sense. Anyway, so do that, and then, you know, focus on, like, so start at your feet and then work your way up. So you start at the base chakra, then go up to put your attention on the sacral, the solar plexus, and then your sacral chakra. And it's it's one that literally does expand you. And I know that 3 is about expansion, we know this. It's about opening your path up, we know this. It's about bringing in new opportunities, but it's something that really, when you focus on that area, when you have I feel drawn to a crystal now, when you have it's not that one, it will be this one, I think, won't it? The rose, no, that's rose quartz, that's not, anyway, I can't remember which one it is, but I'm drawn to pick up a crystal right now, so I'm just going to pick it up. Might be because one of you is having a reaction right now. When you meditate with your solar plexus, what happens is you feel that radiation, it radiates from within. You feel yourself expanding almost. You feel yourself opening up. You feel that space clearing out. So there could be some, I mean, literally, so this space here, so just around your belly button, basically. So your sacral chakra's below your belly button, about 2 fingers down and in, if you will. And your in your body, and this chakra, your third chakra, is just above your belly button, about 2 fingers, about 2 finger widths. Anyway, so if you focus on the area around your belly button, you're breathing, breathe into that space, breathe in, allow yourself to breathe in. And I like to think of it as like a balloon. So I'm a balloon and you're a balloon. So when we breathe in, like a balloon expands at all sides, it expands at all sides. It doesn't just expand in a part of it, and neither do you. So when you breathe in, the whole of your body breathes in, the skin on your body breathes in, everything breathes in, and we expand, and then we release. And when you do that and we focus on our third chakra, it really does, you feel that clearing out energy, clearing out. And I feel like there's a lot of, that's what I'm feeling like we're clearing out, we're telling, as I said, we're having those conversations, we're saying, we're letting rip, we're letting it out, we're letting it go, we're free. And there's a clearing out energy that's going on right now, and hopefully you can feel it, and you will be able to, in fact you will be able to feel it, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, because there's the signals to your intuition, the signals to your divine feminine, the signals to your psychic self, if you will, they are clear to you today. So I don't have to sort of try to sort of help you understand it today. You understand it today. You understand what I'm talking about when I talk about this expanding. You think of yourself as a balloon. So when you, the whole of you expands. That's one of the most beautiful meditations that I do, to be honest. It's a really quick one. I just do it sometimes before bed. You imagine in your mind, you tell yourself that not tell yourself, but you imagine, if you will, that the pores in your skin. Even as I'm saying this, my hands now are reacting. So, and my hands are about my heart chakra. Anyway, so I'm expanding and what's inhale, exhale? That's it. Inhale, exhale, and we just do this. And I imagine that every time I take a breath in, I'm bringing in fresh, clean energy. And it gets to every pore, every cell in my body, and it touches it. And then when I exhale, all the impurities, all the toxins are released from every cell, from every pore, from every strand of hair, from not what they're called, the bits where your hair's gone, them. It's just being released every time. And I do that for maybe 5 minutes. And as I'm doing, it's beautiful because my hands are reacting now. So some of you might be inadvertently getting some Reiki right now, because but it's all about that space today. So we're free today. We're free to feel, we're free to experience. So maybe try that meditation, that inhale, exhale, I'm a balloon, and the whole of you expands and the whole of you contracts, because it's that sort of wholeness, that freedom that is so free, that's helping us to clear out. So it's helping us to clear out today. So it seems that, as I said, what's hidden is this energy is within really today, and this energy it's helping you to expand today. So, and I mean literally, as I said, so breathe in, feel that. I mean, I feel beautiful just even speaking like this now. It's beautiful. I've just had a nice meditation there, live and direct, guys, live and direct. Okay. That was lovely. Oh, I never do meditations. I should do. I mean, I do conscious meditations, but I don't do guided meditations. But maybe I will do that. Oh, that's nice. I feel nice. Do you feel nice after that? I do. Ooh, I was doing the breathing. You need to do that breathing. Anyway. Finally, blessing. We've got the Hierophant here, number 5. So what is beautiful? So we know, look at this, religion and philosophy, right? The Hierophant, and he's number 5, but I've just been speaking about the number 5. But we know that the Hierophant's related to religion. We know the Hierophant's related to institutions, the knowledge and the word. It's like and obviously, as I said, we're looking at that and feeling those things anyway today. It's like what the Hierophant really represents. It used to be called the Pope, or it is still called the Pope card, in some decks, and it's the law or the knowledge that we have, the religious law that we have, and the religious philosophy that we have, or the rules that we live by. So and and the accepted rules of morality and existence, etc. So this is what this card represents, and this is what these two represent. And we have this accepted wisdom. We have this accepted institutions, accepted way of living, these accepted beliefs. The question, but remember, number 5 is a number of conflicts, is a number of power, and is a number of change. So that question of that Hierophant is, you can live your rules or somebody else's. So you can take your direction from the prescribed societal, institutional, religious, moral beliefs that exist already, that have been built and that have been sustained over 2,000 years. You can live by those rules or somebody else's. And they're the somebody else's. Or you can live by your own rules. And what living by your own rules means, or what I mean by that, is you can feel what you feel and you can respond and you can react to it. You can learn who you are. You can learn this is how you're learning. You can learn what your subconscious mind is telling you. You can learn what your emotional self is telling you. You can listen and respond to what you're feeling within. You can that can be something that guides you. That can be something that moves you. And really, historically, I mean, it's really interesting, isn't it, how the message of the tarot has been diluted and watered down over decades, really. But ultimately, in the past, and probably still now with the Golden Dawn, they'll probably still, well, I don't know. Anyway, the fact that I should say, reject the formal religious structures, and not because for example, gnosis, as in with a G, isn't it? Gnosis, G-N. Oh, hold on, let me rest. I'm doing the right thing again, which I know you'll love. It's because gnosis. This is actually what Jesus studied. Gnosis, yeah. So gnosis, Gnosis, and you can look up Gnostic. You can look up Gnostic, like that, Gnostic texts, if you will. And what Gnosis is it means knowledge, or it means truth, if you will. And the Hierophant searches for truth. So truth is, and tarot readers search for truth. And as I said, traditionally, this is what the beliefs were. And what that means is, and Jesus practiced Gnosticism. That's what Jesus practiced. And so if you read any of the Gnostic Gospels, like Pistis Sophia, you've heard me speak about Pistis Sophia often on Key Wisdom Tarot. If you read any of the Gnosis and you listen and read what Jesus was saying and all this stuff, Jesus was talking about your relationship with God, and that's what Jesus talks about. That's what his word was, and God, you could substitute the word universe for it, because there's a freedom in the work that Jesus did in the gnosis, if you will. There's a freedom in our spirituality as opposed to our religious beliefs. A religion, I mean, as I said, I'm Roman Catholic, baptized and all that stuff. And if I have children, they'll be baptized and they'll go to Catholic schools and blah, 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 blah. Like I think those type of structures are good, and those type of traditions are good because they gave me and my sisters and my family, I suppose, a framework of life, framework. But what happens is, and we can have that framework, but that framework is meant to open us up to having our own relationship with the universe, to having our own relationship. And that's what spirituality is, as you know. So this really, the blessing today is about really looking and not questioning. It's just about being free to feel, as I said, about being free to think. It's about being free to explore your own spirituality. Yes, maybe for some of you, you might be having some of those existential questions. It's not an existential question type of day, to be honest, but you might be having some of those existential questions about, am I, is it good that I'm a Catholic or whatever, or Do I like being a Muslim or whatever religion you are? But it's really just about engaging with the questions. It's not about that it's bad necessarily. Religion's not bad, but you understand that it's a framework to help us to grow. That's what it is. It's like a framework to help us to grow and to expand, and it does help us to expand, because what we believe, what you're taught as a child is, as a God's Catholic school like I did, and nursery, what you're taught as a child is that there's something else. So there's this life and then there's something else. That as a child is that to know that, or to believe that, or to be taught that opens you up, because you start thinking, well, what can it be? Like, wonder what it looks like, wonder how you get there, wonder where it's like, it opens you up. So just knowing or being taught that there's God, then you're like, what's God like? I wonder what that is, I wonder what it looks like, wonder how. So it's about opening up. So you have those framework of beliefs which Jesus obviously imparted. But it was, and Jesus, when you read the Gnostic text, you'll see the difference between that gospel, so Pistis Sophia, and the Gnostic gospels. Other Gnostic gospels do exist. You'll see the difference between, and read the difference between that and the ones in your Bible, if you will. So your normal Bible, the accepted version of the Bible. I don't know what they call the Bible. Did they just call it? No, I mean, don't worry, I own the Bible, but I'm just saying, like, I own the Bible and the New Testament. If I'm just saying, like, what do they call the accepted text? Or the tome? They call it the tome, Tome, I think. Anyway, I digress. It's that type of day though where we're asked to, we're just free to sort of explore that framework that we live within, so I'm free to just let my dreams go where they're going and think what I want to think and go where I want to go. And for you guys, it'll be a similar thing, but you might be examining your beliefs when it comes to, as I said, your religion, your fixed religion, but maybe just the ideas about yourself, the ideas you hold about yourself, and really trying to understand where those perspectives come from. You might be making some links between, you might be remembering some stuff. I'm going intuitive here. You might be remembering some stuff, looking back, some of you, today. You might be having some funny memories, funny things that are sort of triggering memories now, that are healing. And I do feel animal totems, actually. I do want you to keep an eye out for animal totems, for seeing animals, or seeing if you notice the insects, spiders or whatever, just notice those type of things, because I feel there's going to be a lot of animal totems going on today, because it's that energy, isn't it? We're in 9th house energy today, as again with the moon, 9th house energy, so lots of synchronicity. So yeah, we were right about that, Imogen. But yeah, it's that type of energy state where you're free to explore, where you're free to think, where you're free to feel. And even if, you can sort of, as I said, we do this normal surveillance, everything's the same, everything's fine. I don't believe that that's what it is. I don't believe I need to change, or I'm happy to stay where I'm happy to keep the beliefs that I've got. And it's fine to sort of, because that's what helps us to feel. So if, for example, you might have your first psychic experience today, for example, you might have your first synchronicity today, or you might be saying to yourself, right, whatever, you might be sort of setting yourself a sort of, like I did yesterday, and I do that often with the universe. I'll say, right, universe, show it me again, and I'll pay attention. Like I do that, and then I'll see the message again, and I'll say, okay, let me now do the work of it on that symbol. Some of you might do that. Some of you might say, right, universe, okay, show me that. If I find this, then I'm going to know that you're speaking to me, universe, and you're going to get the sign. You'll get the sign. So if you're saying to universe, right, show me the rainbow. That just came from nowhere. So a rainbow might be something to someone. Someone's right now looking really shocked at the telly. But anyway, so you say, like, right, universe, show me the rainbow, then I'll know that I should leave him, or that I should leave the job, or that I should do it, or whatever. And then you see the rainbow, and then you're like, no, that was just a coincidence. That's just a coincidence, universe. I don't know, universe. Show me again. And you see it going, no. So that's that energy. So there's a bit of that, but it's coming through clearly. So, and we're going to be seeing lots of them and feeling lots of them today. So I hope, my loves, that you enjoy it. I mean, I'm just going to dreamily, get back into bed now. I always get up early and then record, and then I edit in bed, and then I get up. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. So my lovelies, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all again maybe I'll have the day off tomorrow. I might not film on Sunday. So it might be Monday, but I'll probably be back tomorrow. But if not, it will be Monday. I'll see you for your daily post. Okay, have a lovely weekend, my darlings, and take care. And I'll see you all again very soon with your brand new reading. Take care, my darlings. Bye.